Are you constantly striving for perfection, only to find yourself paralyzed by the fear of failure? You're not alone. Studies show that nearly 30% of adults struggle with perfectionism, a seemingly positive trait that often leads to procrastination, anxiety, and burnout. Imagine spending countless hours polishing a project only to miss the deadline because it wasn't perfect enough. Sound familiar? This relentless pursuit of flawlessness might be sabotaging your success and happiness without you even realizing it. Today, we're going to uncover the hidden dangers of perfectionism and reveal how it might be holding you back from reaching your full potential. In this video, we'll explore the dark side of perfectionism, its impact on your personal and professional life, and most importantly, how to break free from its grip. We'll debunk common myths about perfectionism, share real-life stories of individuals who've overcome this self-imposed barrier, and provide you with actionable strategies to transform your mindset. By the end of this journey, you'll have the tools to recognize perfectionist tendencies, understand their root causes, and implement practical solutions to achieve a more balanced and fulfilling life. Get ready to challenge your beliefs about perfectionism and discover a new path to success, one that embraces progress over perfection. Whether you're a high-achieving professional, a creative soul, or someone simply looking to improve their quality of life, this video will offer valuable insights and techniques to help you break free from the perfectionism trap. So, let's dive in and uncover the truth about perfectionism that no one's talking about. Perfectionism, often mistaken for a positive trait, is a complex psychological pattern that can significantly hinder personal growth and success. At its core, perfectionism is characterized by setting unrealistically high standards for oneself and others, coupled with an intense fear of failure or judgment. This mindset creates a constant state of anxiety and self-doubt, where individuals believe that anything less than perfect is unacceptable. The perfectionist often struggles with decision-making, procrastination, and an inability to celebrate achievements, always focusing on what could have been done better rather than acknowledging progress. The roots of perfectionism often stem from childhood experiences, societal pressures, and personal insecurities. Many perfectionists grew up in environments where love and acceptance were conditional upon high achievement, leading to the internalization of impossibly high standards. Social media and societal expectations of success further exacerbate this issue, creating a constant comparison trap that fuels perfectionist tendencies. Additionally, the fear of failure or criticism can become so overwhelming that it paralyzes action, leading to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. To illustrate the prevalence of this problem, let's consider Sarah, a talented graphic designer who consistently misses project deadlines because she's endlessly tweaking her work. Or John, a promising writer who hasn't published anything in years because he believes his drafts are never good enough. These real-life examples highlight how perfectionism can stifle creativity, hinder productivity, and ultimately prevent individuals from achieving their goals and sharing their talents with the world. The insidious nature of perfectionism lies in its ability to disguise itself as a virtue, making it challenging for many to recognize it as a problem in need of addressing. The short-term consequences of perfectionism can be both subtle and severe, often manifesting as chronic stress, anxiety, and a persistent sense of inadequacy. Perfectionists frequently experience insomnia, as their minds race with thoughts of unfinished tasks and potential failures. This constant state of mental and emotional strain can lead to physical symptoms such as headaches, digestive issues, and weakened immune function. In the workplace, perfectionism can result in missed deadlines, strained relationships with colleagues, and a reputation for being difficult to work with, despite the perfectionist's intentions to produce high-quality work. If left unchecked, the long-term effects of perfectionism can be devastating to one's personal and professional life. Chronic perfectionism is strongly linked to depression, eating disorders, and even suicidal thoughts. The relentless pursuit of perfection can lead to burnout, causing individuals to abandon their passions and goals altogether. In relationships, perfectionism can create unrealistic expectations and constant disappointment, leading to isolation and difficulty maintaining meaningful connections. Career-wise, perfectionists may find themselves passed over for promotions or exciting opportunities due to their inability to take risks or adapt quickly to new challenges. The emotional and personal costs of perfectionism are perhaps the most profound. Many perfectionists report feeling a constant sense of failure and inadequacy, regardless of their actual achievements. This emotional burden can lead to a life devoid of joy and satisfaction, where success feels hollow and failures are catastrophic. Consider the story of Michael, a brilliant scientist who developed severe depression after years of believing his groundbreaking research was never good enough to publish. Or Emma, a talented athlete who quit her sport entirely after an imperfect performance, despite years of dedication and numerous victories. These stories highlight the tragic potential for perfectionism to rob individuals of their passions, self-esteem, and overall life satisfaction. When faced with perfectionism, many individuals turn to popular self-help strategies that promise quick fixes. One common approach is the just do it mentality, which encourages perfectionists to push through their fears and take action. While this can sometimes lead to short-term progress, it often fails to address the underlying issues driving perfectionist behavior. Another frequently touted solution is setting lower standards or embracing mediocrity. However, this approach can feel deeply unsatisfying for perfectionists and may even exacerbate feelings of inadequacy as it goes against their core values of excellence. Time management techniques and productivity hacks are often recommended to help perfectionists overcome procrastination and meet deadlines. While these tools can be helpful, they frequently fall short in addressing the emotional and psychological aspects of perfectionism. Perfectionists may find themselves using these techniques to optimize their pursuit of perfection rather than to achieve a healthier balance. Additionally, cognitive behavioral strategies that focus solely on challenging negative thoughts often prove insufficient, as perfectionism is deeply ingrained in one's identity and self-worth. A common misconception about overcoming perfectionism is that it requires completely abandoning high standards or the pursuit of excellence. This misunderstanding often leads perfectionists to resist change, fearing that addressing their perfectionism will result in subpar work or a loss of their defining characteristics. Another prevalent myth is that perfectionism can be overcome through sheer willpower or by simply deciding to change. These oversimplified views fail to recognize the complex nature of perfectionism and the deep-seated beliefs and emotions that fuel it. By understanding these misconceptions and the limitations of common solutions, we can pave the way for a more comprehensive and effective approach to addressing perfectionism. Imagine a life where your pursuit of excellence fuels growth and satisfaction rather than anxiety and self-doubt. This transformation is not only possible but within your reach. As the renowned psychologist Carl Rogers once said, "The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change." This powerful insight encapsulates the turning point in overcoming perfectionism. It begins with self-acceptance and a shift in perspective. By embracing our imperfections and redefining our relationship with excellence, we can unlock our true potential and find genuine fulfillment in our pursuits. Recent studies in psychology and neuroscience have shown that perfectionism is not an immutable trait, but a learned behavior that can be unlearned and replaced with healthier patterns. Research conducted at the University of British Columbia found that individuals who underwent targeted interventions to address perfectionism showed significant improvements in their mental health, productivity, and overall life satisfaction. These findings suggest that with the right tools and mindset, anyone can break free from the grip of perfectionism and cultivate a more balanced approach to achievement and self-worth. Consider the inspiring story of Dr. Brené Brown, a renowned researcher who transformed her struggle with perfectionism into a powerful message of vulnerability and authenticity. Her journey from a perfectionist academic to a globally recognized speaker on shame and courage demonstrates the profound impact of embracing imperfection. Or look at the countless entrepreneurs who have found success not by achieving perfection, but by iterating, learning from failures, and persistently moving forward. These success stories highlight a crucial truth: true excellence and innovation often emerge from the willingness to be imperfect, take risks, and grow through experience. The key to overcoming perfectionism lies in adopting a growth mindset and practicing self-compassion. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, we must reframe them as valuable learning opportunities and essential steps toward improvement. This shift in perspective allows us to maintain high standards while releasing the paralyzing fear of imperfection. Implementing mindfulness techniques can help us become aware of perfectionist thoughts and behaviors as they arise, giving us the power to choose more balanced responses. Additionally, setting realistic goals and celebrating small victories along the way can rewire our brains to find satisfaction in progress rather than perfection. A crucial aspect of this solution is developing a more nuanced understanding of excellence. True excellence is not about flawless performance, but about consistent effort, resilience, and the ability to adapt and learn. By focusing on the process of growth rather than just the outcome, we can maintain our drive for quality while reducing anxiety and self-criticism. This approach is supported by research in positive psychology, which shows that individuals who focus on personal growth and effort tend to be more successful and satisfied than those fixated on perfection. One potential objection to this approach might be the fear of lowering standards or becoming complacent. However, it's important to understand that embracing imperfection doesn't mean abandoning high standards. It means pursuing them in a healthier, more sustainable way. By letting go of the all-or-nothing mentality associated with perfectionism, we actually open ourselves up to greater creativity, innovation, and ultimately, higher levels of achievement. This solution differs from conventional approaches by addressing the root causes of perfectionism and providing a holistic framework for personal growth, rather than just offering surface-level coping strategies. Step 1. Awareness and self-reflection. Begin by keeping a perfectionism journal for 2 weeks. Document instances where perfectionist tendencies arise, noting the thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations accompanying them. This practice will help you identify patterns and triggers. Set aside 15 minutes each evening for this reflection. After the 2 weeks, review your entries to gain insights into your specific perfectionist behaviors and their impact on your daily life. Step 2. Reframing negative self-talk. Once you've identified your perfectionist thought patterns, start actively reframing them. When you catch yourself thinking, "This must be perfect," try replacing it with, "I'll do my best and learn from the process." Create a list of balanced, compassionate statements to counter your most common perfectionist thoughts. Practice using these reframes daily, especially when facing challenging tasks. Over time, this will help rewire your brain's automatic responses to stress and uncertainty. Step 3. Setting realistic goals and celebrating progress. Break down larger projects into smaller, manageable tasks. For each task, set a good enough criteria that aligns with the project's overall objectives. This approach helps prevent endless revisions and promotes forward momentum. Implement a daily or weekly ritual to acknowledge your efforts and progress, no matter how small. This could be as simple as writing down 3 things you're proud of accomplishing each day, fostering a sense of satisfaction and motivation. One common challenge in overcoming perfectionism is the fear of mediocrity or failure. To combat this, regularly expose yourself to small, calculated risks where perfection isn't possible. Start with low-stakes situations, like trying a new hobby or sharing an unfinished idea with a trusted friend. Gradually increase the complexity of these challenges as you become more comfortable with imperfection. This exposure therapy helps desensitize you to the fear of being not perfect and builds resilience. External pressures and expectations can also hinder progress. Communicate your journey with close friends, family, or colleagues who may be accustomed to your perfectionist tendencies. Explain your new approach and ask for their support and understanding as you work on balancing high standards with self-compassion. Consider finding an accountability partner or joining a support group for perfectionists to share experiences and strategies. This network can provide encouragement during difficult times and help maintain motivation throughout the change process. Maintaining motivation during this transformation can be challenging, especially when old habits resurface. Create a perfectionism first aid kit, a collection of resources, affirmations, and coping strategies to turn to when you feel overwhelmed. Include reminders of past successes achieved without perfectionism, quotes that inspire a growth mindset, and simple grounding exercises to manage anxiety. Additionally, track your progress using measurable indicators such as reduced time spent on tasks, increased willingness to delegate, or improved sleep quality. Regularly reviewing these metrics can boost motivation by highlighting the positive changes resulting from your efforts. Imagine waking up feeling refreshed and excited about the day ahead, free from the weight of impossible expectations. As you tackle your work projects, you find yourself focused and productive, able to complete tasks efficiently without the need for endless revisions. Your colleagues notice your increased creativity and willingness to contribute ideas, even if they're not fully formed. At home, you enjoy quality time with loved ones, fully present and unburdened by thoughts of unfinished work or impending deadlines. In social situations, you feel more relaxed and authentic, sharing your thoughts and experiences without fear of judgment. You find yourself trying new activities and hobbies, relishing the learning process rather than obsessing over immediate mastery. Your relationships deepen as you allow yourself to be vulnerable and accept support from others. At work, you're recognized for your innovative thinking and ability to adapt quickly to challenges, leading to new opportunities and responsibilities. As you reflect on your journey, you notice a profound shift in your self-perception. You view setbacks as valuable learning experiences rather than personal failures. Your inner dialogue is characterized by encouragement and self-compassion, replacing the harsh critic that once dominated your thoughts. You feel a sense of pride in your accomplishments, big and small, and find joy in the process of growth and improvement. This newfound balance allows you to pursue excellence while maintaining your well-being, leading to a more fulfilling and successful life in all areas. The time to start your journey away from perfectionism is now. Begin with a simple act. Choose one task today where you'll consciously set a good enough standard instead of aiming for perfection. It could be sending an email without obsessively proofreading, sharing an idea in a meeting before it's fully formed, or leaving a household chore at 90% completion. Pay attention to how this feels and what you learn from the experience. Remember, every moment you choose progress over perfection is a step towards a more balanced and fulfilling life. Acting now on overcoming perfectionism can yield immediate benefits. You'll likely notice a decrease in stress and anxiety, improved sleep, and more time and energy for activities you enjoy. In contrast, procrastinating on addressing perfectionism means continuing to miss out on opportunities, strain relationships, and experience unnecessary stress. The cost of inaction is high. It's the dreams unfulfilled, the ideas never shared, and the joy of achievement never fully experienced. To create a sense of urgency, set a specific goal for the next 24 hours. For example, commit to sharing an imperfect draft of a project with a colleague, or decide to leave work on time even if everything isn't completely finished. By taking immediate action, you're not just working towards overcoming perfectionism, you're reclaiming control of your life and opening doors to new possibilities. Remember, every journey begins with a single step, and the most important step is the one you take right now. As you begin your journey away from perfectionism, be on the lookout for early signs of progress. Within the first few weeks, you might notice a reduction in anxiety levels, particularly when facing new challenges or deadlines. You may find yourself completing tasks more quickly as you resist the urge to overpolish your work. Pay attention to small changes in your thought patterns, moments where you catch yourself before spiraling into self-criticism, or instances where you feel satisfied with good enough results. These subtle shifts are powerful indicators that you're moving in the right direction. It's important to set realistic expectations for different phases of your journey. In the initial months, focus on consistency rather than perfection in applying your new strategies. You may experience a mix of successes and setbacks as you rewire deeply ingrained habits. Around the 3 to 6 month mark, you might notice more significant changes, such as improved relationships with colleagues or family members, as you become more open and less demanding of yourself and others. By the 6 to 12 month point, many individuals report a substantial increase in overall life satisfaction, productivity, and creative output. Celebrate each milestone along the way, no matter how small it may seem. Did you submit a project without reading it over for the 10th time? Celebrate that. Did you speak up in a meeting with an idea that wasn't fully formed? That's progress worth acknowledging. Keeping a journal of these victories can provide motivation during challenging times. However, be prepared for occasional setbacks. They're a normal part of any change process. When they occur, treat them as valuable learning opportunities rather than failures. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate perfectionism entirely, but to develop a healthier relationship with excellence and personal growth. By maintaining this perspective, you'll be better equipped to handle challenges and continue making progress on your journey away from perfectionism. As we conclude our exploration of perfectionism, let's recap the key points we've uncovered. We've seen how perfectionism, often disguised as a virtue, can sabotage our success, happiness, and well-being. We've debunked common myths about overcoming perfectionism and provided a comprehensive strategy for breaking free from its grip. Remember, the goal isn't to abandon high standards, but to pursue excellence in a way that promotes growth, creativity, and fulfillment rather than anxiety and self-doubt. Your journey to overcome perfectionism starts with a single step, a willingness to embrace imperfection and view it as a pathway to growth. As author Brené Brown wisely said, imperfections are not inadequacies, they are reminders that we're all in this together. By shifting your mindset, practicing self-compassion, and implementing the strategies we've discussed, you can transform your relationship with achievement and unlock your true potential. The power to change lies within you. Every time you choose progress over perfection, you're reclaiming control of your life and opening doors to new possibilities. Imagine the projects you'll complete, the relationships you'll deepen, and the peace of mind you'll gain by freeing yourself from the burden of perfectionism. The journey may not be perfect, and that's exactly the point. Embrace the imperfect path to a more fulfilling, successful, and authentically lived life. Your future self will thank you for taking this courageous step today. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being perfectly you.